Dowk Indoor Sports Center. Steve Baker along with head coach Chuck Martin, your spring football update. And coach, a third of the way through here today. You've been in pads for 4 practices. Give us your overall update on the team and what you've seen so far.
Good. It's been fun. It's amazing. We're already a third of the way through. You said that kind of hit me like, God, we're a third of the way through already. But kids are really playing hard. They're playing fast. They're competing hard, but they're doing it the right way. We're not taking pot shots at our teammates, but we're trying to take care of business, and we're trying to win each rep. So it's back and forth right now. I wouldn't say anybody. I mean, there's offenses doing some great things at different times and different, even within the same drive. There's some, and then defense is doing some good things. So obviously, like everybody in the country, we're striving for consistency. We're trying to build depth. We're trying to get young guys to play the game the right way all the time. But our kids are trying. We're having a blast. We got one more before spring break, and then we get about 11 days off or something like that, 10 days off, which be good because we have a couple of guys just got minor deals that hopefully they'll be back after spring break. But so far it's been really good. Our kids are competing really hard. They're trying really hard. They're taking coaching really hard. So kind of all systems go, and we're getting a little better every day, and I wish we had more than 10 more left.
Exactly. You know, you talked about having a blast and just watching practice today. Offense, defense, going at it hard, but still you can tell they're having fun going at it here in the spring.
Yeah, we've gotten the point in our program that there's so much mutual respect through position groups, both sides of the ball. Like, they know the guy across from them is giving everything they got. They know the guy across from them is pouring into their heart in the weight room, pouring their heart into condition. So we're now able to compete and try to get after each other, but we're not concerned as much as who wins the rep because we know the other guy isn't shortchanging me. So that's where our tightness is. We got a really tight-knit group, but it comes from them respecting each other and respecting each other's work ethic. It's not because they all like each other. It's because they respect that guy is working just as hard as me, where as you build a program, you still have guys that are all in, guys that are really working, but you still have some guys hanging out on the fringe, which we don't have that anymore. So that allows us to really build that bond that you need to be a great team, and then really compete hard, but not take it past that.
I know you got the battles, when you're looking at guys that could start, but I want to ask you about the guys who were on scout team a year ago, because this is really where they get a lot better getting ready for the fall, where they're not going to be on scout team anymore. Suddenly they're the depth, and those guys have to get a lot better and a lot sooner, I think.
Yeah, and you got guys, at each position. Offense like Bennett Clark was a mainstay as a freshman, true freshman O-line on scout team, and now he's running with the twos.
Right.
It's one, great for him because you got to go through the process. You can't just roll out there, and very few kids can roll out there and just dominate. So now he's out there and going against the real guys full speed and running our offense. And there's guys like that at each position that a little bit drinking through a fire hose, but they're competing their tail off. And we got those incoming freshmen.
Yeah.
They're not all healthy, but there's a number of them out here. Like Luke Bolden's taking reps, and Jeremiah Joseph's on defense got a bunch of reps today. And they should be getting ready for prom right now. So for those kids, it's awesome. They're getting college indoctrination, and they're flying around trying. They barely know the defense. They barely know the offense, but they're flying around and trying to get better. So it's not just guys, the scout team guys, but all them new guys. So it's so important. We talked like the other day, like Doug Costin has to compare himself to Doug Costin. He can't look behind at some freshman right, that just came off his redshirt year. So Doug's got to take his game to the next level. But that freshman can't compare himself to Doug Costin either. Like, he can't try to, like, he's got a lot of steps to go to get to there. So they all got to kind of evaluate where they're at and then work on their game individually. And it's not, we have a great team atmosphere right now, but it's really not a team. Spring's really about 90 guys getting better. We'll put it all together in the fall. It's not about scheme. It's not about winning and losing. It's about, did you get better on this rep? Even if you lost the rep and the offense made a play or the defense, if you got better on the rep, then that's what spring's all about. Obviously, when you get close to game time, we got to eliminate all those mistakes. But now we're trying to put kids in tough positions and stress them out mentally and physically so they can grow through the successes and grow through the failures.
You talk about the new guys, the just coming in from high school, and you talk about drinking through a fire hose. Those guys are, but how important and how good great is it for these guys to come in? You get the time management issue worked out before everybody else does, and you're a step ahead when it comes to the football side.
Yeah, if you're not in a spring sport or a winter sport your senior year and you can graduate early, it's a huge advantage. Like one, just like you said, getting used to college. So they don't have to get used to college during their first fall. They'll have a lot feet underneath them a lot better. And then obviously getting conditioning and lifting, but then all these 15 spring practices and all these meetings that we have during the spring. So now they come, the other freshmen show up in the summer, they're not seasoned vets, but they're
Right.
so far ahead. So there's obviously huge advantages. Obviously, if you play a winter sport or spring sport, it's awesome to finish out your senior year and do that. But to the kids that can't come, it's a huge advantage. Like even like Jackson, like Jackson's only a redshirt freshman.
Right.
It just, he seems, because he's been here 3 springs. He was a
springs,
mid-semester
right,
guy. Like, this
right.
is his 3rd spring. Like, I still can't wrap my brain around. He's only a redshirt freshman right now. So he's a little bit further ahead because he had all those reps that first spring that, half a season that other freshmen don't get. So it is a pretty huge advantage.
All right. One more practice before spring break. You got any spring break plans?
We do. We're going to head south, but we don't know where yet. So if anybody has a good place for me, we're open. I know we're going south, as far south until it gets to be about 70. And if it's not 70, we're going to keep driving, even if we hit like the Gulf of Mexico or the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean or whatever the heck's down there. But if anybody's got a nice place in Florida that they rent out, I'd be more than willing to pay for it. So hit me up, and maybe I'll be staying in your place here in the next couple of days.
Coach, thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Coach Chuck Martin joining us here in our spring break our spring football update. Spring break, of course, coming up next week. And don't forget to mark your calendar April 20th for the Spring Showcase. It'll be here at the Dalk Indoor Sports Center. You can check out Miami football for yourself then.